So with season 1.5 just around the corner, we're getting a massive balance change. First, adjustments. It says, we're excited to kick off season 1.5 right away with some refinement of our superheroes and villains. As a reminder, players can look forward to comprehensive adjustments to team up abilities beyond numerical tweaks starting in season 2. So kicking things off, we have Vanguards, and we have none other than Captain America getting some more love. So he'll be able to shield himself with Living Legend mid-leap. So when you're in the air, you're able to shield. This is a really nice change for him, and I think this needed to be implemented. There's no reason why it didn't. And then they increased the Vibranium energy Saw's projectile speed from 60 meters per second to 80, with ricochets ramping up from 100 meters per second to a supercharged 150, which is pretty awesome. And then they reduced the energy cost of Freedom Charge Ultimate ability from 3,100 to 2,800. Basically, you're going to be getting your ultimate charge as Captain America a lot faster, which is, extremely nice. And then they enhanced Captain America's combat experience by separating Sentinel Strike from melee attacks. Captain America will be able to use melee attacks while his shield is thrown or during the team-up ability charged, Aiga's state, to activate the first 2 hits of Sentinel Strike. This is a very nice change. Additionally, while Wyvern using melee attacks will no longer trigger the Super Soldier Slam ability. Interesting. I mean, overall, this is much needed love for Captain America. Especially he'll be able to shield himself with the Living Legend mid-leap. This is definitely a must-needed change for him. Will you see him played a lot more? Maybe. This is a massive change to him. Then they did say they'll be nerfing Doctor Strange Magneto. So they reduced his base health from 650 to 600. I thought they were going to go the route of reducing his shield's HP, but all they did was reduce his base health, which I guess is fine. I think it's fine. For Groot, they'll be increasing the threat range of everyone's favorite Floral Colossus. They increase his Thorn Lash Wall placement range from 15 meters to 18. So that means you could wall off from further away, so you don't have to, really stick yourself out there to, get shot down, get caught out. So it gives you some it gives you some breathing room per se. So for Magneto, they nerfed him. Interesting. So they increased the Iron Volley projectile damage. Wait, they buffed him. Wait, am I dumb? Increased Iron Volley projectile damage from 35 to 40. Okay. And then they increased the Metallic Curtain's energy consumption from 50 a second to 65, so it go down faster. Reduced its maximum duration from 2 seconds to 1.5. Okay, interesting. So basically, they nerfed his shield a little bit, but they also increased the amount of damage he's doing with the Iron Volley by 5, which is nice. For Thor, they removed the shared cooldown time after duration of Awakening Rune ends. I guess this is a nice change. All my Thor players out there, let me know what you think about this. I'm not too familiar with that. Then for Venom, this symbiote menace will enter the fray for more menacing than ever. So they adjust the knockback effect of their friend's arrival from vertical to inward. So that's his ultimate. No, that's just his slam or whatever, right? So instead of getting pushed out, they'll get pushed inward. So they'll get sucked into you rather than push away. That's nice. And then they reduce the energy cost of Feast of the Abyss ultimate from 2,800 to 2,500, meaning you're getting your ultimate a lot faster on Venom, which is nice. Now for our Duelist section. So Black Widow. So Natasha's combat effectiveness has been enhanced, increasing the threat level to enemies after using her ultimate ability. So they increased the magazine capacity of the Red Boon rifle from 8 to 15, and then enhanced the slow effect of the Electroplasm explosion on enemies from 80% to 55%. Additionally, it will apply a 15% vulnerability effect to hit enemies for 4 seconds. That's a good change. I mean, they're trying to get Black Widow, played more, I guess. They're buffing him again. So base health from 250 to 275. Reduced projectile damage of Blast Arrow from 20 to 15. I mean, I don't use the Blast Arrow ever when I play Hawkeye. Just use the charged one, because that's where your damage comes from. And then they reduced the cooldown time for Crescent Slash. Maybe a little bit more survivability. Increase bow draw speed during the duration of Hunter's Sight ultimate and raise damage multiplier from 1.2 to 1.3. This is a pretty significant ultimate change. That 1.2 to 1.35 might not seem like a lot, but it is quite a lot. This is going to add for more survivability with the Crescent Slash, try to get out of harm's way. This and the increased base health are both, trying to increase his survivability a little bit because he doesn't have the best survivability. He only has the double jump and the Crescent Slash. 15 seconds is a long cooldown. The double jump was also on quite a long cooldown, so I guess these two help quite a bit. Then for Hela, the damage fall off of Night Sword Thorn at 30 meters will be changed from 70% to 80. So at range, she's going to be, not the best. It's a nerf, essentially. So for Iron Fist, don't tell me. So they reduced the damage of Jeet Kundo's first, second, and fifth strike from 32 to 30, while the third and fourth strikes will deal 15 damage instead of 16. So this here is a nerf. The final devastating sixth strike has been dialed back from 55 to 50, so a nerf. The cooldown reduction for Dragon's Defense has been extended from 1 to 1.5. The damage of each hit will take a dropping from 19 to 10 flat damage. However, each strike now delivers an extra blow, dealing damage equal to 1.7% of the opponent's max health. So this is a nerf and a buff at the same time, what I'm reading, and what I'm understanding. So they increase the additional maximum health granted by Harmony Recovery from 50 to 150? Is that a lot? That seems like a lot, no? A new decay mechanism for the extra health has also been introduced. 1 second after the ability ends, the additional health will deplete at a rate of 25 health per second. They increase the bonus health coverage from damage blocked during Dragon's defenses from 150 to 200, and they increase the base health from 250 to 300. So he's tankier, but he's nerfed it's like a buff and a nerf is the best way I can describe. So for Iron Man, increase Unibeam damage from 120 to 140 a second. So 20 damage, that's a pretty big change. And then they increase the Unibeam armor overdrive damage from 180 to 190. So a plain buff to Iron Man. To be fair, the only reason why you would ever play Iron Man in most, high elo games is because you have a Hulk on your team, but Hulk is banned so much that's you don't even play Iron Man. Then for magic, let's see, they decrease the damage dealt by Dragon's Rage, or they decrease the damage dealt by Demon's Rage. I don't know why I said dragon, probably because Iron Fist, from 80 damage a second to 72. And then they reduce the energy cost of Dark Child ultimate ability from 3,700 to 3,400. So her ultimate, she can get it a lot faster. So this is a buff, but this is a nerf. So for Mr. Fantastic, increase the spell field radius after landing from flexible elongation from 2.5 meters to 5. Additionally, flexible elongation will now feature a knockback effect, launching enemies outward within the area upon landing. The recharge time from a single use of flexible elongation will be adjusted from 8 to 10 seconds. They increase the damage of Brainiac Bounce spell from 50 to 70, so a damage boost to his ultimate. And then they increase the energy cost from 2,800 to 3,400, so it's going to be harder to get your ultimate. Not harder, but it's going to take more time. And then a new damage decay mechanism has been introduced. Spellfield damage will begin to decrease starting at 3 meters and will reach a maximum reduction of 50 at 10. So for Moon Knight, the Hand of Khonshu will offer improved reaction. So they reduce the Hand of Khonshu. So this is a nerf because his ultimate might be a little bit broken right now. And then they corrected the damage. So the previous mechanism that dealt 75 damage when positioned at the center of the spellfield has been removed. They increase the damage of each hit from 75 to 150. That's interesting. For Scarlet Witch, they gain an additional 100 bonus health upon activating her ultimate ability. After the ability ends or is interrupted, the bonus health will decay at a rate of 50 a second. That's good. I think Scarlet Witch needs a buff with her ultimate. First, Spider-Man. They're buffing Spider-Man. They reduce the web cluster energized time from 3 seconds to 2.5. For Star-Lord, they increase Rocket's propulsion maximum energy from 1,200 to 1,800, so a nerf? No, that's a buff. For Storm, No. Damage fall off of one blade at 30 meters will be changed from 70 to 60. Okay, interesting. So that's a buff. The reduced storms damage increase from thunder during weather control from 16 to 12. That's a fine change. However, the damage increase from allies within range has been increased from 8 to 10. So it's a nerf to storm, but a buff to our allies. And they reduce storm's damage increase from enhanced thunder during weather control from 30 to 25. So a nerf. I mean, she's getting more placed into a more like a supportive duelist. Starting with Strategist, we have Adam Warlock. Adam's damage capability will be enhanced along with a slight increase in healing ability after activating Soul Bomb. So they increase the damage of Quantum Magic from 55 to 60. Damage fall off at 40 meters will be changed from 50% to 60. And then they increase the healing amount provided by Soul Bomb to link to enemies from 10 seconds to 15. So all of this is a buff to try to get Adam Warlock played a lot more, which I like. For Cloak and Dagger, she got a nerf. So they increase the energy cost to activate Eternal Bond from 3,400 to 4,000. So a pretty significant change to her ultimate. The healing amount of each segment will be increased from 220 a second to 250. So that's a buff. The duration will be reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. That's a nerf. And the pause time between segments decreases from 1 second to 0.67. So, I mean, so she doesn't get, nuked. The healing effect from each segment will not stack. That's interesting. When overlapping, only one healing effect is applied. Additionally, camera control is unlocked during the activation of Eternal Bond, which I like. But this is interesting. The healing effect from each segment will no longer stack. What do you think about this? This is a pretty significant change to her, I would say. Because that's one of the reasons why you would play Cloak and Dagger, at least from my understanding, is because you could stack the damage and the healing. But the fact that you can't stack the healing anymore is kind of weird. And they increase the vulnerability inflicted on enemies by Terror Cape from 20% to 28%, so a buff. For an Invisible Woman, we're reducing the frequency of her ultimate, so they increase the energy cost of her ultimate from 4,000 to 4,300 or whatever. I mean, fine. So for Loki, they increase the energy god's cost of God of Mischief ultimate ability from 3,000 to 4,000. So again, a pretty big change, just like Cloak and Dagger. And then they increase the mystical missile charges from 10 to 12. So you can get more healing, more damage out. So that's nice. And then for Luna Snow, increase the energy cost to activate Fate of Both Worlds ultimate ability from 4,000 to 4,500. Okay. So pretty significant changes to the supports, especially Cloak and Dagger, which is I like to see. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about these strategist changes coming to season 1.5. Okay, now we have the team up ability. So Atlas Bond will be enhancing the capability of Luna Snow's side of this team up ability. Increase the healing amount of Frozen Chi from 50 to 75 and a slow effect on enemies from 20 to 30%. Interesting. So for Dimensional Shortcut, this is with Magic, Black Panther, and Psylocke, with Magic being the anchor, of course. So they reduce the rewind time for Psionic Disc from 5 to 3 seconds. Additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health due to blue armor will be increased from 0.5 to 0.8. So a buff. Reduce the rewind time for Wakandan Master from 5 seconds to 3. Additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor is also going to be the same exact thing. So, pretty good change. So, they're finally nerfing Gamma Charge, so maybe Hulk won't be continuously banned. So, they reduced the Unibeam Gamma Overdrive damage from 220 a second to 200. And then they reduced Hulk's Team Up Anchor health bonus from 150 to 100. 50 health, pretty significant if you want to believe it or not. So, I mean, solid change. So for Luna Force, so this is with Moon Knight and Cloak and Dagger, with Cloak and Dagger being the anchor. So Full Moon, new effect. Continuously heal Moon Knight for 25 health per second while within the effect area. So if you didn't know, he casts that invisible, whatever dome that you can sit in for like a little bit. Now it would actually heal you as well as be invisible, which is, it's nice. That's cool, but it is what it is. So for Symbiote Bond, they reduced Spider-Man's suit explosion duration from 4 seconds to 1, and then they replaced the 50% damage reduction effect with new invincibility effect during the duration. So like, even though this is a nerf right here, this is like a major buff, because he there just becomes invincible for a second. And then they reduced Penny Parker's armor explosion duration from 4 to 2, and the same thing, it's a new invincibility effect, so that's pretty major change in my opinion. But that covers everything coming to Season 1.5 on the 21st, I believe. Yes, the 21st. So let me know what you think in the comments down below about everything that's coming. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If not, let me know why. And do me a favor, if you're new here or find yourself coming back on the regular, hit that like and subscribe button. It greatly helps me out. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers. And of course, at 10,000 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. So make sure to hop on in. This has been Doc Films. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.